Welcome to Mapleton. Mapleton, how do we describe Mapleton? Well, Mapleton used to be kind of a farming area off of Springville, and it was back in the 1850s. It was actually called the Union Bench. Um, and then it became an actual city in 1948. So it really hasn't been around a ton as far as an official city, but beautiful little community. Mapleton is one of those where you literally can go find a house that was built in the early 1900s, late 1800s, um, but then turn around and go a little bit further down the street and you'll see an absolutely beautiful, ranch style or, Cape Cod style. There are some absolutely magnificent homes in Mapleton. Um, Mapleton is very much a kind of a quiet community right up next to the mountains here. You've got a lot of outdoor activities and seems like that's kind of a theme for the south end of Utah County, is a lot of outdoor activities. But here you're not living next to the mall. your outdoor activities are outdoors. I mean, and so you can kind of see where I'm at here a little bit up against the fence, but you've got some fields, you've got homes, you've got mountains there, you've got peace and quiet. Uh, and in Mapleton, we're starting to see more growth. The growth, like I said, is kind of a mix. You've got some higher end homes going in. You've got some other construction that's more of your single family home going in on the east side. Obviously, or sorry, west. I pointed west. Oh, I don't know if you just heard, but there's the local pheasant and the the fire alarm going off. Anyway, fun stuff. So um, here in Mapleton, that's not a fire alarm. That's actually in Mapleton telling you that it is now noon o'clock. So everybody's on the same page. It's noon o'clock. It's noon. So there's your daily update from both the pheasant and the alarm. Anyway, let's get back to so um, in Mapleton, it's kind of an interesting little community. They've got a few little shops around. It is growing. They've have some iconic places that they have. One of the locations, kind of center in Maine, is they call it the White Church, which is kind of one of those landmarks. On the south end, you've got right on the bench, you have a brand new construction project going in called the Preserve. And again, in Mapleton, you just have really a family oriented community that is growing, and that they kind of do what they want. And it's whether you want the kind of that modern style home that you see a lot of in California, or whether you want more of a ranch style or a cabin style. I've seen houses with that are white with copper downspouts and stuff as accents. Mapleton has a lake that you can kind of ski on, and it's a long skinny lake, and that's there for the community. And I guess even right down to one of the most iconic things in Mapleton that you just got to go find and see is, at one point there was a gentleman that actually brought in a full-size airplane, not one of the little ones, a big airplane, and he put it up on some stilts and on a stand, and made my understanding is made a playhouse out of this airplane for his kids. Now, the house itself is huge, And now you add this big bomber looking plane out in the backyard. It's kind of a cool scene and kind of a cool thing to see. The community of Mapleton, like I said, it just good people, a great place to have and raise your kids and grow that way. They do have a high school that's fairly new, and within the last 10 years. I think it was built in '08, so that I guess that's a little more than 10 years. But anyway, so they've got their own high school. They're close to Maple Canyon. You're close to Hobble Creek. There's just a lot of good things to do around, and then you still have nature surrounding you here in Mapleton. Like I said, you could have 3 or 4 houses right together, and then a field like this one here behind us that, kind of separates everything and quiets everything down. So Mapleton, one of the high priorities on the home list. If you're looking to come here to Utah, Mapleton is one of those that I would put on as a must see. So let's get you to Mapleton. Again, text me, direct message me, and let's find you a house in Mapleton and make you part of this community, and maybe neighbors with the pheasant, and so you can hear the alarm at noon. All right.